As a former prosecutor, the comments that were made by that prosecutor, gratuitous, inaccurate, and inappropriate. The way that the president's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts and clearly politically motivated.
Well, joining me now, former Trump foreign policy advisor George Papadopoulos and California congressional candidate Kate Monroe. Look, I'll start with you, George. I'm confused here. The vice president is speaking as if she was in the room with the president when he spoke with the DOJ about all of these issues. She says that the facts are wrong. Last I checked, it was Democrats who kept trying to insist to us that the DOJ was not partisan, that there was no such thing as weaponization of justice, that all of these things that Republicans have talked about in your particular case or in President Trump's particular case were a figment of our imagination. And suddenly here I am listening to Democrats insisting that, yes, in fact, the DOJ has been weaponized against Joe Biden, of all people.
Well, thanks for having me, Joe. And look, there's nothing more dangerous or corrosive to our way of life than a two-tiered justice system. And in our country, the reason that Lady Justice is often depicted as being blind or wearing a blindfold is because that blindfold is supposed to represent an impartial justice system, one in which the rule of law is applied equally and fairly, regardless of who's president, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, whether it's an 80-year-old or a 40-year-old president. Just in this situation, I think that the reason that Nikki Haley, the Democrat Party, their cohorts in the media, and even President Biden is in full panic mode and trying to sweep this under the rug is because we just had a diametrically opposed candidate who just went 2 hours full of energy, discussed to the American people why the country is in crisis mode, and there's no other exhibits than Exhibit A, and that's Joe Biden's own fallacies and own gaffes that he presents on a daily basis. So there's nothing that Kamala Harris can do to deflect from the reality. The special counsel wrote what he did in the report. The American people see it with their eyes daily, and there's nothing that Kamala Harris, the Democrat Party machine, or their media allies can do to change that fact.
Yeah, Kate, to that point, look, there's only two real options here. Number one, that somehow Joe Biden and the DOJ conspired to give himself an out here for actual behavior that they have acknowledged was not legal, or what seems more obvious, which is that the professional opinion of the Department of Justice is that everything that we have believed about President Biden stammering and stumbling up and down the stairs of Air Force One is true, that he is not fit to lead this nation at such a time as this.
I think both are true. I think it's been a long time coming, clearly, with all his gaffes and his inability to articulate himself. There's a lot left to be desired there. But I think what they're doing is very interesting. They're setting a precedent so that there's many other things that he has done, that he has covered up for his son, horrible things that he has done to our nation, to include leaving the border open, that he's going to get away with if they can pull off the fact that he is, in fact, incompetent. I think he is incompetent, but this is just setting a precedent so that he can get out of every other horrible, feckless thing that he has done during his administration and his time in office.
Absolutely. George Papadopoulos, Kate Monroe, God bless you both. Running out of time.